That's how crazy the screen gets in this game. It's absurd. There's so much going on. Hey guys, Hackers on here. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel to hang out with me for a bit, where we cover a new indie game every single day, or at least in this case a follow-up to one we covered recently, because I had so much fun and I went back and 100%ed it. So this is Infinite Ruins. It is an incremental golem mining game where you have to summon like an army of golems, however you want to say it, to do all sorts of cool stuff. So we are going to hop in here, and really I want to show you guys like a full 100% run. Well, don't look at that, because that's already part way through from when I was 100%ing it. However, this is like your prestige kind of tree, so we're just going to hit begin collapse real quick so we can start from the beginning. The last achievement I was working on was actually manually destroying so many blocks with your mouse versus your golems. So really that didn't look too crazy anyways. But there you go. I'm not going to go over this whole tree with you guys, but here is the entire tree. You get all sorts of stuff based on your elements and your base ones and everything like that. It takes 118 runes of your prestige currency to get all of the bonuses and resource drops, golems, DPS, all sorts of stuff like that. And if you guys do want to see like the kind of beginning of this in the first impressions, I'll throw that video either on a tag or down in the description below, so feel free to check that out. Yeah, we already have those. But yeah, so this will be I guess a mega late game run. So you got to start out breaking your normal stuff, and I have 3 pickaxes from that prestige tree, which is very cool. Honestly, the longest achievement that took the most amount of time was destroying, I think it was like 10,000 blocks manually. Obviously, when you're actually starting, you're not going to have near as much currency, but again, we're maxed out, so we're going to buy some damage and some attack speed. We'll also buy some currency to make our currency worth more. Oh, I did not know you could do that. Buy up to 10 levels at once. That's weird, because only the late game stuff actually goes up that high. This one lets us hit sideways, and this lets us start to get rocks as a new currency. And then there's our first golems, but we got to start getting the rocks. If you see, they only just now started spawning after that. And now we hit sideways and stuff. We also have some cool prestige things like, let's see if I can show you, like these isolated blocks. They'll fall and break on their own, stuff like that. There's honestly so many different things that happen, but I really just want to show you guys how hectic it gets, because that's kind of like the appeal of a lot of incremental games, right? Is seeing how nonsense the late game is. You know, a lot of people maybe not as interested in the beginner slower parts where things aren't moving quite as quick, but the late game, it's always like, oh my god, the screen is nonsense, what's going on, right? Also, let's hit the volume real quick. I think I brought it up a little more than I meant to. There we go. It's very chill music, but let's buy a bunch of capacity. We're just gonna buy a bunch of golems once we actually have the money, because I just spent it all for capacity. So let's get a little bit more stone. Cool. And this is also, I don't know if it's like the best or the meta way to do it, but I would always just like buy a ton of these guys until I would hit my max. And then if we got past that, then there's a way to sell the golems as well. It's just in the skill tree, so I would just sell and bring them back down a little bit. But now we got a bunch of golems going. Not that they're not upgraded much by any means. And this one lets us get like a cool little chain mining reaction going. This one lets us get better effects from that. This one puts our golems into a frenzy, which is very nice. And then all the ones branching off of these guys, the golems, those will be upgrades for the golems themselves. So we can do that, but it's honestly not huge at first. The bomb is actually pretty huge from the rock golem, because there are prestige upgrades for like free bombs and stuff like that. So those are worth looking into. I never really figured out what an ideal strategy was. I kind of just did stuff however worked for me until, you know, I just kept prestiging enough to get through. You're also always going to get these additional upgrades to your damage, or like this one is additional damage as you do hits, things like that. You're always going to get your currency upgrades. And then you'll eventually get into elements. This is Ember for fire, and then Frost, right? Makes sense. Grab our new golems, and here's the thing that lets us get rid of our old golems. So before we start buying into a bunch more upgrades, well, we keep getting money, so let's just buy these. Why not? Let's go swap out our golems. Once you get your first elemental golems in, that's when you can start actually doing your prestige. You can't get it with just the rock golems and mechanical golems. So we'll get a bunch of these, and we'll actually sell a ton of these guys. Yeah, we definitely don't need that many. Let's bring them down to like 6 each. And then we'll put the rest into here. 10, and then we can afford one more. We'll go fire. Why not? Then you get a bunch of weird, like, world events like this. This thing steals your resources until you click it, but once you do, you get a bunch of your prestige currency as well. Alright, cool. Let's go back into the upgrade menu. And once you actually see these, they'll get their own little skill nodes too. And they're kind of weird because as you go down the tree, you start to need the newer resources, like any incremental game, right? But these guys always take like your base resource also, so it kind of gets a little long to or it takes a while to actually max them all out sometimes, but it's pretty cool. Like this one reduces the resources stolen by it, then you recover part of the resources it stole, then it takes more resources but you get a larger portion back, and then this one, in my opinion, the best, gain more rune essence when you stabilize it. Rune essence is what you need for your prestige, so like that's a really nice one. But the way my brain works, I like to try to complete out, you know, the early stages of the tree before moving down. Obviously, do whatever works for you. That's just how my brain works. These ones specifically are like ultimate abilities for the respective golem. These need to be unlocked in the skill tree. They are not naturally there. But we will grab them because they are super cool. They're a little on the expensive side too. Well, actually, they're just taking a currency we don't really have yet, so do that. I usually try and grab one of each first, just so they have the ability to do whatever the thing is, and then I'll work on actually upgrading them. Cool. So grab all these, and these don't really matter for where I'm at in the game, just because, you know, I have all the achievies and everything like that, so they don't matter too much. Cool. So we got everything maxed there. We're gonna grab that, and eventually, even when you're not in a crazy run like I am, being so late game here with all these crazy golems, you still kind of get to a point where you're spending a lot of time in your tree just because you can, like, grab so much. There's also these chains here that prevent your golems from going any further. However, I'm going to show you the upgrades you get now that we've cleared one. Yep. And then there's the chain. I'm surprised we haven't hit another one. There is one on this side, and they're like these weird little barrier force field things that show up underground, but we've spent a lot of time in the skill tree, so haven't really seen them yet. But this one, they spawn with fewer nodes, and then fewer hits to destroy. And then this one, more importantly, golems can now damage the chains. Normally, you have to click them, and then also it collapses rows under it. That's really nice, though, because you can let this idle. So if you want to step away, hit the restroom, go grab lunch or something, you need that. Otherwise, your golems are just going to get stopped, and they can't progress without you there. So important to look out there. Let's see, where are we at? Again, we're going to ignore some of those. I'm going to show you some of these ultimates, though. These things are sick, dude. Especially when you get, like, all of them. Here's currency value for obsidian. Here's more damage on our hits. And then we can go into the next set of elements, which is poison and lightning. And then same thing, here's our new guys. And same thing as I mentioned before, these are their ultimates. And then quartz is the next currency. So let's get our golems rolling here. We can actually just buy more. Not a ton more though, so we're going to need to change these out again. Usually I just go like kind of up from like whatever the newest one is until you get to the last set, and the last set are, I don't know if they're the strongest, but it worked for me. Now we got 7 of all these guys, 6 of all these guys. We could probably actually do 5 and add 2 more to each. Cool. And then they'll all interact with each other and everything, which is super cool. I mean, as you can see, the screen is, we stay pretty low to the bottom here. We can buy more slots. Cool. Alright, let's hop back in the tree. And more of the currency. More strength for us, honestly, isn't the best call because our golems do most of the work here now, but still grab it. And then there's our ultimates there. And we got everything up top, right? Minus these guys. We don't need those guys right now. Yep. Easy peasy. And then same thing. I'll grab one of each, just so that way they get the abilities and the chances to do all their fun stuff. I'm not going to bother you or overwhelm you guys by reading all of this, but we'll read some of them. Like lightning, the bolt strikes harder, lightning deals more damage, right? The current branches, lightning travels through additional blocks. Frozen stone conducts the storm, lightning deals extra damage to frozen blocks. So it's a lot of interactive stuff like that, which would also be a lot of the video if I just read out every single one of these. But there's a lot of different cool stuff that just makes it synergize. I think you're ideally supposed to kind of choose one direction to go based on one of the achievements that I'll talk about a little bit later. But I always just did literally everything, and it always turned out pretty fine. Again, maybe not like the most meta way to go, but worked for me. And I am OCD, so I like completing everything out as much as I can. What currency is this taking that we don't have enough of? Obsidian. Why is our obsidian mining going so slow? Golems, what are you doing? I need you guys to do better here. And we've also already earned 2 prestige currency. That doesn't do anything for us. Here are your ultimates, by the way. I'll show you all of them one by one. But then really, you just kind of mash press all of them. So here's Thunderstorm. Starts just striking everything, which is pretty cool. That was probably not used that well since we were still kind of stuck up top. It's still going, though. The upgrades on those are actually like really powerful. And here's the Blizzard. Oh, these things are great. These give you like a little choice here. Free upgrade, resource bounty, or free golem slot. I always choose free golem slot. That's just, I feel like that's a no-brainer to me. But, you know, up to whatever you like. And then now that we hit that, we should get its upgrade as well, which is this one. I don't know why this one goes backwards. The rest of them don't. These are okay. Resource bounty grants more resources. I've grabbed that like once. Treasure blocks require fewer clicks to open. Okay, no big deal. You can click a couple extra times, right? The reward panel reveals which upgrade will be granted. If you saw on the left, it said free upgrade. It upgrades something you don't have upgraded. And then this one, free golem slot, has a chance to grant 2 slots instead of 1. That's obviously the best freaking one. Absolutely. So I usually don't even touch those and just grab that one. And I didn't even see it happen. It must happen while we were in the skill tree. This is that other one, the sealed core. So it prevents you from hitting blocks and stuff like that. But you can destroy it. This makes it lose health. This, when you destroy one, it grants global damage bonus. And then this one, while it's active, it generates rune essence, which again is your prestige currency. So very good one to grab there. But I don't really touch them too much unless it's more like rune essence. I do usually prioritize those. So we'll grab these, more currency, and then we'll grab the next golems once we can afford them. Yep, we can afford one. Probably should have grabbed resonant for, well, it doesn't really matter. And we need 8k. Cool, got it. And then another 8k. As we see, it's rolling. Easy peasy. Cool. And now we'll really just buy a bunch of those golems more than anything else. We're going to shrink these guys down to, we'll go 6. And really, I just kind of keep these even. I don't know, this one costs the most by a lot, so I usually prioritize it, but like, I don't know, I still kind of keep things even as much as I can. And again, works out for me pretty well. Well, we got another chain we hit. Cool, we got it? Yep, we got it. Let's see what else we can do. Grab another one of those. Oh, okay, yeah, it always wants to show you those even though we've already got them all. All right, where were we? We were doing all the poison stuff. Cool, there's lightning, so we got all the poison tree done. There's also achievements tied to getting every ability related to each elemental golem, which you are locked behind on these. Like, if you don't have the ultimates yet from the prestige, you cannot get that. So if you're going for all the achievements, make sure you pay attention to that. Currency, make us stronger. Again, sure. Cool. Now, same thing. Ultimates. There's also an achievement for getting every skill node in one playthrough, but again, you will not get that unless you have all the ultimates unlocked and things like that, which I will show you guys what that looks like here in a second. These are super cool. Let's go ahead and grab just one of each like usual. Oh dang, we can't afford it. Once you spend enough down here. I don't know what the actual threshold is, but like you guys saw, it wasn't here, but then I was just hitting these ones and it popped up. You unlock this. Hidden veins. Ancient crystals emerge from the depths. Gems appear within blocks carrying echoes of forgotten memories. This is how you beat the game, quote unquote. The story of the game. It's not much of a story, but there is a little bit. You know, it's an incremental game with story. It happens. But you do that, and then before I show you those, I doubt I'll be able to show you one, and I'm in endless mode, so I actually don't know if you'll see one at all. Like, I don't know if they spawn, but they're like little people in the blocks. They're like memories of people, and then you have to manually click them. And I think you have to collect 8, I believe. You have to manually click it kind of like that. Free golem slot, yay! Yeah, you have to manually click them, and then you'll get a little memory. It's like a little text line where you just kind of discover what's going on with this mine and what the golems are and stuff like that. So you collect all 8 of those, and then you get to the heart of the mine, which I don't think I can show you. Here's that one thing, the seal thing. But you get to the heart of the mine, you got to destroy the heart, and then you just, you figure out the light story that there is, which is neat. But then you really just go into endless mode, so you can keep, doing all your prestiges and working towards achievements and stuff like that. And then same thing with the golems. Eventually, they just cap out at 120 grand for cost of the quartz. And then we spend the rest of the time upgrading stuff. Oh yeah, and then once you actually do that, you get all of these upgrades, which these are all infinite. And yeah, I mean, pickaxe damage, resource value, and then the rest is all based on your golems. Release the rune essence. What are you doing? What are you talking about? Oh, this thing. This thing's weird. That's the last world event, so I'm glad that popped up. Yeah, these things just give you a ton of rune essence, dude. Like a ton. Hang on, we're missing one. What is the other one, actually? We got our chains, we got our loot box, we got our weird seal, and we got our vortex. I forget what it is. Hopefully it'll pop up in the video. But yeah, so these ones are all infinite, and they just correlating to the golem, right? Rock, mechanic, bombs for your rock, essence mastery, that's rune essence for your prestige, and then the rest is fire, ice, poison, thunder, and resonant, and laser. And honestly, these things get really expensive. I did not get much of them, but I guess here's where you would want to grab 10 at a time. So let's just go back to trying to grab all of these, and then we'll just hopefully look at a very pretty maxed out skill tree here soon. All right, yeah, because the rest is... Oh, we missed... Oh, no, I thought this was poison. Like, how did we miss that? Do we have enough for these? If we do, that'll be nice, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, left side's done. No green, right? Okay. Can we get the seals done, too? We can! All right, so we are good all the way down to the next section of the world events. These feel bad to buy, because I'm never going to grab those. These feel okay. Alright, then we are good all the way down to quartz and the seals. Cool, and then now we're down to resonant and laser. We could do these, but I don't know, getting them in endless mode doesn't really do anything. See, we're just kind of letting our guys... Oh yeah, here's the other ones. So seismic barrage, we'll show you that. Oh wait, I didn't show you all of them anyways. Well, seismic barrage, you can tell it's like bouncing stuff around. Or not bouncing, but just doing a bunch of crazy AoE. And then we didn't do toxic rain. That's pretty straightforward, right? We showed lightning, we showed blizzard. We didn't show meteor strike. Meteor strike's cool. Blah, blah, blah. And then with the upgrades, it does like a second wave of them, which is cool. See? Oh, crap. One of these guys. There we go. Those give a ton of that resource, dude. It's also really nice if you hover over it, it shows your next rune estimate. That's pretty cool. And then we got the laser cannon, which is pretty cool. Hey, get out of here, little vortex. Cool. Alright, and then I'll show you all of them together once they're all off cooldown, which is always a fun thing to do. We're not going to buy those because we need to use that currency to level things up. Yeah, because these take quartz. I was wondering, like, how was I not able to buy all of these? It's because I kept spending all my quartz on the freaking golem slots instead. I guess we can do this as well. Where's the resource one? At least as much as we can. Why not? Oh my god, I didn't think we could get that 9 times. Holy crap. And then, like, even these guys are expensive. Wait, that says it takes 88 of another currency? That's not quartz. What is that? What is that currency? We don't have any of that. I don't know where it's listed. That's okay. And our laser's almost off cooldown, so that's when we'll grab it, or we'll do all the ults. Alright, now we just click all of them. Bam, 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 bam. And then it's pretty cool. That's how crazy the screen gets in this game. It's absurd. There's so much going on. Yeah. Is it good? I don't know, but it's fun to watch. That's for sure. Oh, damn it. That's what the other one was. I missed it. It's a little, like a treasure goblin, like a loot goblin. He runs around stealing resources, and you gotta click him. But he doesn't happen a lot, and if you keep going too far down, you'll miss it on any of the events. Or some of them are time-based, but yeah. Hit that one. Get out of here. Alright, please. Oh, okay, cool. So we still got the upgrades on him. At least, even though we didn't get to interact with him. Come on, please say we have enough. 250k? Doubt it. Yep. These things get expensive, dude. These don't take quartz, though, so we can max these out. Alright, that's all world events maxed out. Hidden invades. Yeah, I don't want to do those. It's weird that the currency isn't listing it. So I guess that's what it gets replaced with in endless mode, and I didn't even realize that. Is like that currency instead of the memories. But like it's not showing it. Like cool, it says we can afford 88. And 114, 149, 193. But yeah, now we can't afford 251. Where is it? I don't know. I guess we can hit that then. Why not? Cool. Max that out. And these are the only 2 we're missing. For the achievement for getting all skill trees, or sorry, all nodes, I don't know if you have to hit all of these at least once. I did, just to say you have it, like that. But they're infinite, so they obviously, you can't max them out. There might be a number limit, but it's not realistic for anyone to hit. Alright, that's done, so we're just missing seismic trigger, which is 270. Let's run our ults again. Bam, 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 bam. Ah, that's nice. Very nice. We cover a lot of incremental games on the channel, but I don't usually... One, I don't come back to a lot of games, but some of them are just so damn addicting. I keep playing it after recording, and this was one of them. I don't get to see this level of insanity on a lot of the incremental games that we play. Especially because a lot of the time they're demos. But, you know, if I like the game enough, I will absolutely go buy it. Or if the game's not out yet, then I gotta wait for it. Which I believe was the case. I think we played the demo for this one way back. And then we played when it came out officially. And then we did this one now. Because it's super fun. Alright. Bam! Alright, maxed. Well, let's max that. Well, damn it, it's not maxed. It's still 2 more. But you get the point. That is the skill tree. Maxed minus the infinite stuff and also the currency for the infinite stuff. Ooh, very, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, and that's how crazy the screen gets. Again, you could like probably do some crazier stuff. Actually, let's just see what would happen. I've never done this. Let's take away all the lower tier golems, and we're just gonna do nothing but lasers and resonance. Honestly, I don't think this is like the best play, but I mean, we'll do it just to see. See what happens. Okay, 50. Well, here, let's add 1 so it's even. Bam, 26 of both. Honestly, it looks less hectic this way. Yeah, I don't think that's the way to go. You probably want to have a little bit of everything so they can all interact with each other. Because even things like the rock golems, they prioritize the top row, so you can like keep scrolling down on the screen, right? So they all do different things, and what I just did there is certainly not the best, I don't think. Come on, how much more? Need 500k for the next one. All right, we're gonna run ults one more time, and hopefully that's gonna put us up to 500k. Let's go! Even though I think I slowed us down by switching to only resonant and laser golems. I see these crystals here. Yeah, I just don't know why it doesn't give us like an amount anywhere. It's really strange. Oh, also in endless mode, if you didn't see, the block HP does go up as you clear through rows and tiers. Which, that got really annoying for destroying so many blocks with your pickaxe. That was getting frustrating, but it's okay because you can prestige whenever you want to like reset your tree and stuff. There we go. Bam. Okay, now fully finished tree minus the infinites. Ooh, there you go. 100%. 100%. And then we will look at the achievies. Yeah, 100%. We did it. We did it, gang. Cool. So that's Infinite Ruins. If you guys like this kind of content, let me know in the comments down below. I don't typically do 100% coverage. Some of the YouTube guys I watch, they do that, but it's like the full experience, like from 0 to 100, and they'll do it in streams. And like, I love watching that kind of content. I don't know that I have time to do that kind of content with like work and everything like that, but I do love 100% in games. You know, my YouTube channel used to be all about platinuming stuff on PlayStation. So yeah, let me know if you do want to see more stuff like this, and maybe I can do some longer form content cut a little different. But yeah, that was Infinite Ruins. If you guys want to check it out for yourselves, which I highly recommend, I will drop a link in the description down below. And look, there was that little treasure golem. And as always, I do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to stop by the channel and hang out with me for a bit. If you want to see content similar to this, I will throw a playlist up on screen now for you guys, and I will catch you all on the next one. Love you now, bye.